clean up this information, which is essentially the same way that we've kind of been talking about all up to this point. Pull a copy of any of these reports that's holding you back. You want to dispute any or all of this information that's, again, erroneous, incorrect, or just dated. Shouldn't be on there to begin with. You want to contact the bank and or the original creditor to have the information updated as well. So that's like a side step, like a little side bubble or like a side thought. You can also contact the bank or the creditor directly and say, hey, I don't owe you guys anything. Why is it still reporting? Right? So that's like a little side step that you can do. So that way they can then furnish that information over to LexisNexis, over to the check system. And that way you can kind of come out of that system. You can also pay the original or negotiated balances to have it removed. Sometimes banks, I've done it with Amex, they wouldn't negotiate in order to come out of jail. I had to pay the full amount that I owed when I went to collections with them, right? I had to do what I had to do to get back into the system. I had to do what I had to do to come out of checks. One of the ways that I did it was by paying for it, right? If that information was wrong, and let's say, hey, I don't owe you guys anything, I already paid $1,500, it's still reporting. Obviously, at that point, I would bring it up to LexisNexis. Obviously, at that point, I would bring it up to the bank, tell them, hey, I already paid for this, because at that point, it's not fraudulent. At that point, it's factual, right? That's factual disputing. You can also wait for the record to drop. A little sidebar on that is that takes up to 5 years. But in the meantime, you guys can also check out second chance banks and fintech companies. Are you guys familiar with second chance banks? Let me know in the comments, and I'm sure a lot of us are, because a lot of us have messed around with banks like CHIME. When you have everything else on the back end that people aren't talking about dialed in, it makes, once you go to apply for the sequences that I'm going to give you, it's just gonna the funding is gonna fly onto your file. And so that's why I'm setting it up the way that I am, because it's far more important when you have the actual mechanics versus just the flash in the pan. So with second chance banking, here's essentially what it is, man. You're able to work with banks that aren't going to grade you or grade against you in order to approve you to get you into the door. Meaning, if Bank of America, as an example, is determining when you're applying, you're putting your social on the application, hey, I want to open up a checking account with you guys. Okay, cool. Apply right here, whatever it is, right? Let's say they take a look at the check system and they see that, oops, let's say they had, you had 2 accounts that you didn't even know about. They pulled it up on the EWS. They pulled it up on the check system. Oh, I didn't even know that I owed money with Wells Fargo or Chase. I didn't even know that. They say, well, guess what? We can't approve you here, right? Now, obviously, they won't tell you that right there. They'll just say, hey, you weren't approved. And so second chance banking, they look past the check system, meaning you're going to get a second chance to get yourself in the door so you can start getting some positive reporting back into that system. And so with the banks that I'm going to give you right now, this is going to be a nice side entry if you've been victim to that. And I say victim loosely, right? If you fell victim to being in part of the check system, you just didn't know what you didn't know. This is going to be some side steps that you can take so you can start building that back out. So here are some 7 second chance banks and fintech companies that I want you guys to check out. We're not holding
drop them gems. Drop them gems. Here we go. Here you go, Bank. Jerry. Here you go, bro.
AXOS Bank is going to be the first one. I say AXOS. Some people say AXOS. I say AXOS. So AXOS Bank is going to be the first one. Second one is going to be Current. That's going to be Current Bank. Third one is going to be WOODFOREST National Bank. You guys know, you guys are smart.
Yeah, WOODFOREST is out in Ohio, bro.
Everyone's out in Ohio, bro.
I know, bro. All the good people from Ohio,
everyone's out, bro. Ohio and Pennsylvania has like all the banks in the DMV area. I don't have anyone out here in Florida. It sucks.
I know, man. I know. You got
WOODFOREST. You guys are smart. A quick Google search, right? Lets you know, okay, let me see. Okay, let me pull up Google for let me pull up WOODFOREST National Bank. Let me go on their website. Let me see if they service my area. If not, at this point, we're kind of stepping away from the SBA side. This would be something that you may want to start taking a look at, some geographical side steps with some foreign entities, which I'm gonna be touching on here in the session today. But now we can start playing around with some geographic location or restriction side steps, right? Chime, not the biggest fan of Chime, but it is a good starter account for you to start getting some deposits in. You just got a job. You're finally starting to get some income coming in, or you have some income coming in. You don't want the mattress savings anymore. You're trying to get your foot back into the check system. Somebody that kind of starts reporting a little bit. I like Chime for what it is. It's just a nice account to have, right? But we all know what Chime did during stimulus checks. For those of us that got stimulus checks, those stimulus checks weren't hitting Chime accounts. They were bouncing back and they were going back into pretty much the government fund. And a lot of people were waiting like,
God.
oh, you didn't know about that or no?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know about that.
I had to make I had to make like 5 YouTube videos on it.
Oh, that's brutal, man.
So yeah. So Chime was one of those banks, but you know, for what they are, like I said, I have them on the list for what they are just because they're so easy to get into. So Chime is one of them. I'm sure that the majority of us are looking at second chance banking. This is usually the one that pops up like at the top of our radar. You probably didn't even know this, but Chase, you can also do like a little sidestep with Chase. Do they look at the early warning system? Yes. Do they look at checks? Yes, but they also look past that. One of the ways that you can get past that with them, it's really simple, is sometimes they just may require a little bit more down in your account. So let's say if to open an example, because they're always moving it, but let's say if to open an account and you're like, you have like stellar checks system, you've never been like a negative in the EWS system, it's like, hey, $25 to open up a personal account, right? But when you have, let's say you're coming out of, let's say the check system, sometimes they'll say, hey, in order for you to open an account with us, we need at least 300 in the account, or we need at least 500 in the account. Or if it's a new business, hey, we need at least 2,500 in the account. And you can't let that, amount drop for a 24-hour period, as an example. That would be kind of like a side step that you could do with Chase. Again, it's going to vary by everyone, but I just don't want you to be surprised if you go there and they tell you something like that. Next one is AMERIS Bank. We actually got them out here in Florida. I don't know if you guys got them out there in Ohio, but we got AMERIS Bank out here in Florida. That's another one that I want you guys to check out. Bank United is another one that we got out here in Florida. I think I've seen them in Georgia. Don't quote me on that, but I think I've seen them in Georgia. What was that?
I've seen Bank United before, yeah.
Yeah, Southeast for sure. I can definitely speak on Florida. Out here, we got them in the swamps. And then I got a bonus option for you guys. I lied. I said
pro tip.
I said 7, but I got 8 for us. Acorns. I like Acorns. I don't know if you like Acorns. You like Acorns or no?
And it's cool. I'm indifferent to it. Tell me about it.
You know, I like Acorns just because of the simplicity of getting in. If I'm just being honest with you guys.
Yeah.
Simplicity of getting in.
That's cool.
That's really the only reason. The reason why I gave it, even though I know Rad is like biting his tongue right now, but open discourse. Why doesn't Rad like it?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, I never had Acorns, so you know,
it's simplicity, bro.
I know. Bro, I like simplicity.
It's I'm a
simplistic guy. I got an iPhone for a reason.
It's a Band-Aid.
Yeah, I know.
It's a Band-Aid, guys. It's a Band-Aid. Of the banks that I would give you, Acorns would probably be the last one. Obviously, I give it to you as a bonus. Chase is definitely one that I would want to get in, especially as I start going deeper into business funding. I don't know how you feel about that, but those are like,
for sure.
He doesn't like Acorn. No, he doesn't like Acorns. I should have left Acorns off because Rad just isn't a fan of them.